In this video, I'm going to go through an integrated office application problem where we will create a letterhead, talk about what that means, and then a spreadsheet, and use that spreadsheet to create a mail merge letter. So let's begin. We'll scroll past the scoring rubric, and we'll start by typing in right-aligned Calibri size 12 point font. So the first thing I always do in Word is do no spacing, right? So let's see if I can show you that button on full screen. Here it is, no spacing. And I usually change it to Times New Roman size 12, but we were specifically told Calibri this time. So we'll stay with Calibri size 12, right aligned. Okay, so now we're over here, and we just have to type this information in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that paused. So just unpause when you've typed in that whole information. Okay, I've typed it in. We also need to include PBA's graphic in the top left corner of the document. So we've got to insert a picture somewhere. There we go. A picture. And I just downloaded it, so mine's in my downloads. I'm just going to sort these by most recent. Hopefully. No. It's this one called B&W. So we'll insert it. And then it says to resize to 1 by 1.5. So 1 inch. And hopefully, 1.5. So we may have to go to our size icon in 1 and 1.5. And we're going to unlock the aspect ratio so that this will allow it to be 1 inch by 1.5. Okay. And I'm just going to change my layout options to put it in front of text so I can move it where I want to. And it said the top corner, use a top and bottom margin of 0.5 inches and left and right of 1 inch. And to change margins, we'll go up to Page Layout, Margins, Custom Margins, and we'll change top and bottom to 0.5. And we'll leave left and right at 1 inch. Okay. And then the next thing we need to do, did that align where we wanted it to? I think right there with the 1 inch margin. Insert the date code 2 inches from the top of the page left aligned. Okay, so 2 inches from the top of the page. So the first thing we'll need to do is seek the position 2 inches down. So we will go back and align over on this side, and we'll hit enter until we are at 2 inches. And now we go to insert text, date and time, and then we have to choose the one that's the BPA styled letter. So it would be this one. Okay. When you believe you're finished with a job, then you need to go back to your general instructions and look. And remember that you need to do your contestant ID number and job number down in the footer. So I just scroll down to the bottom, double click, and since I don't have an ID number, I'm just going to type contestant ID job 1. And this should always be Times New Roman, but it doesn't change itself. So you have to do Times New Roman size 12 to it at the end. Okay? Now we need to save the letterhead for use as a mail merge project and print it. So you would first go to File, Save As. Maybe you want to save it in a folder on your desktop. We'll put it in a new folder, and we'll call it Integrated Office. and I'm going to name it job 1, and we'll save it so we can use it later. And then I would go ahead and file, print, and send it to whatever printer you have, okay? Next we'll go to job 2, which is your spreadsheet. So go ahead and open up a blank workbook in Excel, right? And you'll just type this entire data set, title, first, last, address, and so on. Type the whole thing and then unpause when you're finished. Okay, the first thing we'll do is use Calibri size 12 point font. So we'll just click this corner to select everything, Calibri size 12. Change the height of row 1 to 37.5. So row 1, I'll just click and drag until it's 37.5. Insert and double underline the bottom of the row. Okay. Double underline. Double border. Okay. Insert a column after last name, title it code name, and add the codes as follows. So after last name, so we'll click on right click and insert. So it's after last name, and we call it code name and Jolly Happy Mosby Workin' It. Ooh, I typed that one wrong. And, oh, I think we just typed the one word, hopeful. Workin' it. Happy. And so on. Pause when you've finished typing those in. Now we're going to insert a new column labeled weight lost after ending weight. So we'll go over here. We'll call it weight lost. And then calculate the amount of weight lost. So it's just equals ending weight minus, click on your starting weight, and then autofill down. Okay. Insert a new label, percent loss, after the weight lost column. So I'll type in percent lost and then equals this amount, the weight lost, divided by our starting weight, and we get a number, which yours is probably not in a percentage yet, and it might be easier to deal with it in comma style. Okay? That's the right number maybe, but we needed to round to 3 decimal places. So the way to fix that formula to do that is equals round your function and then comma 3 decimal places. 3.06. Okay, 3 wasn't enough, or maybe it was, but we didn't want to do that. Let's see if we change this to have 3 decimal places. So 0.57. That is 3 decimal places right there, right? Okay, so that works. We will autofill this down, and we'll also format painter this next column so we get that nice double underline. Format column widths for all text to fit. So the way I would do that is to select all the columns we have and just double click between 2 of them, and it will best fit it all. Sort information by percent lost in descending order. So we'll select all of our data. We'll go up to Data, sort, and we're going to sort by % lost. And if you don't have these choices and it says column A, column B, whatever, make sure it knows that your data has a header. Okay, so we're going % lost and descending order, which is probably going to be largest to smallest. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, does it? We need to change that. Sort from smallest to largest. There. Now it's the most to the least. Calculate average % lost in L10 and label it. So L10, average of all of these, and label it in J10. Average % lost. Okay. And merge cells J10 and K10. Home, alignment, merge. And then write justify. Highlight the results in J10 through L10 in gray. And then insert a two-dimensional column chart below the spreadsheet, including code names and % lost. So in order to include non-adjacent things, you'll hold the control key, code names, hold control key, and then weight lost. Oh, % lost. Okay, and then you'll insert a two-dimensional column chart. And then insert losers, losers club, losers club results, percentage of weight lost as the title. Okay. And we just put that down here. And center data in G, I, J, and K. So G, I, J, and K. Go to alignment and center it. Next, we change the orientation to landscape and narrow margins and center it vertically and horizontally. I go to File, Page, File, Print, and then Page Setup. And in margins, you can center it horizontally and vertically right there. Okay. Set the print areas to include all information and fit it to one page. So no scaling, we're going to change that to fit sheet on one page. And then print a copy showing the grid lines. So then under page setup, you would go to sheet and you choose grid lines. And then print a copy showing formulas and adjust all the columns. So we would print here with the grid lines, right? I'm not going to do it on here. And then we'll do Control and tilde. It's a little squiggle up by number 1 on your keyboard. And that's going to change your view to show formulas, right? So then you would print this to show formulas and make sure it all fits on one page as well. And it does get really tiny. Okay, so this is part 1 of Integrated Office with me. We just did our spreadsheet and our letterhead. I'll do the mail merge in part 2. So you'll have to open a separate video for that. Okay, good luck. And this has been Integrated Office Applications, part 1. And thanks to BP